A very good morning. Today we discuss about another ecological factor, that is light and also temperature. So first we discuss about light. So what is light? Light is an important ecological factor. Direct exposure of protoplasm to light cause death. Still, without light, life would not exist as it is the ultimate source of energy. Moreover, the evolution of the biosphere has chiefly evolved from the timing of incoming solar radiation. The useful wavelengths exploit and the harmful ones shelled out. Light, thus, is a kind of radiation. The visible wavelength of electromagnetic radiation. This part of the spectrum runs from violet to red. So, wavelengths shorter than violet are ultraviolet radiation, visible to fish and insect but invisible to man. So the wavelengths longer than red are infrared and microwave radiation. The energy of a solar radiation reaching the earth's surface consists of one half in the visible range and another half in the near infrared. The ozone layer of the atmosphere prevents the ultraviolet rays except a few to reach the earth's surface. Ecologically, the important aspects of a light are the quantity, the intensity, and a duration. So, first one is a quality. That is a quality of a light. Animals and plants both respond to different wavelengths. For example, the rate of a photosynthesis varies somewhat with the different wavelengths among mammals. Color vision is well developed only in primates. So here light, that is intensity. The intensity of a light controls the entire ecosystem through its influence on primary production. Photosynthesis follows linear increase up to an optimum or a light saturation level. So individual plants and communities adapt to different light intensities by becoming shade adapted or a sun adapted. Phytoplankton other than diatoms are a shade adapted and photosynthesis in them are very much inhabited by light intensities, that is a peak production in the sea occurs below rather than at the surface. Diatoms, on the other hand, are sun adapted and show maximum rate of photosynthesis when light intensity is less than 5% of a full sunlight. So next, duration of a life, that is the duration of a light or a photoperiodicity refers to the length of the light and a dark portion of the 24-hour day. So change in a day length provides organisms information about the advance of a census so that they can schedule their life history events, breeding conditions, and other activities at the appropriate season. In case of the plants, photoperiod may be responsible for the timing of many events, including flowering. Short day plants require lesser length days to come into flowers. For example, soybean, chrysanthemum, violet, etc. Long day plants need day lengths longer to come into flower. For example, evening primrose, Spanish, wheatgrass, etc. So next, light in relation to water, that is also important here. Water layers affect light intensity. The intensity of a light decreases gradually With increasing depth, light penetration in water depends upon the turbidity, solute content, motion of water, plankton growth, etc. Thus, submerged plants receive weaker illumination than the exposed plants floating on the surface water. So, next, functions of a lights in plants. So, they play a main role in the functions of plants here. So, light affects plant in life directly and indirectly. So, the first one is production of chlorophyll. Most plants require sunlight for chlorophyll formation. Light is thus essential for the production of food and for the existence of life from as a whole. Next, transpiration. Second, plants exposed to light rise their temperature and the rate of transpiration increases. Water absorption is thus affected due to corresponding effect on transpiration rates. This may result in formation of dry habitat. The next, stomatal regulation. Light regulates the opening and closing of stomata and is thus related to transpiration and absorption. The next, distribution. The distribution of light intensity varies with the latitude and it is probably one of the reasons for the varied vegetations at different parts of the world. In case of water body, the phytoplankton get concentrated at areas where the radiation of the sun is strongest and it is one of the reasons for the phytoplankton to get concentrated at the surface of a water during daytime. Next, plant classification. Here, plants can be classified based on the requirement of light. It is heliophytes grow best in full sunlight. Xeophytes grow best at low intensity, light intensity. In comparison to the zoophytes, heliophytes show thicker stems, more frequent branches, smaller chloroplast, roots longer, high respiration rate, low water content, higher concentration of salts and sugar, high osmotic pressure, and etc. So these are the main functions of a light here. So next, another function is a photoperiodism. So photoperiod is nothing but the total length of a daylight period to which plants are exposed and plays an important part in local distribution of plants by affecting stem, elongation, flowering, fruit development, etc. On the basis of photoperiodism, plants may be short day plants, that is datura, and long day plants, for example sorghum, brassica, right. So next, photosynthetic efficiency. The photosynthetic efficiency varies with the diurnal light intensity. The peak efficiency is attained at 2 am when light intensity is most pronounced. Right. So next we move to temperature. So it is another ecological factor important. So here life on this earth exists within a narrow range of 300 degrees Celsius, that is from 200 degree to 100 degree. In fact, most species activities are restricted on an even narrower band of temperature. Some organisms during the resting stage can survive through very low temperatures, while a few organisms like bacteria can tolerate and even reproduce in hot springs where the temperature is close to the boiling point 80 degree for cyanobacteria. here. The range of a temperature variation is less in water than on land. Thus, aquatic organisms have narrow range of temperature tolerance than the land animals. Your temperature thus is a limiting factor. It affects organisms by controlling their morphological, physiological, and behavioral features through either heat gain or a heat loss or both. When heat gain is equal to heat loss, then the body temperature of the animal or a plant will remain same. If heat gain is more than heat loss, then body temperature will rise, while the reverse is true when body temperature drops here. So temperature is the measurement of a degree of heat. Light like like light, heat is a form of energy. The radiant energy received from the sun is converted into heat energy. So here heat is measured in calories. The temperature at which physiological processes are at their maximum efficiency is called optimum temperature. The maximum, optimum and the minimum and my optimum and maximum temperature are called cardinal temperatures. The cardinal temperature varies from species to species and in the same individual from part to part. The distributions of plants, animals are also influenced by temperature. So the effect of temperature on plants and animals here. So we discuss about plants here. In affecting the structure physiologically, growth and distribution of plants and animals, temperature plays an important role. In that the first one is effect on a cell and protoplasm. In the extremely low temperature, the protoplasm may be frozen to ice. On the other hand, in the extremely high temperature, the protein may coagulate. So next, effect of metabolism. In the presence of different enzymes, various metabolic activities in the living organisms are carried out. With a slight increase in temperature, the metabolic activities may increase. However, the metabolic rate may decrease when there is higher increase in temperature. Finally, there will be no such activities when enzymes become difficult. So, effect on respiration. The rate of respiration usually doubles as per the Van Hoff's law with increase in temperature by 10 degree in case of poikilothermic animals. Effect on development. Next effect, the development of plants and poikilothermic animals is influenced by temperature. The development of eggs and larvae is higher in the hot climates compared to the cold climates in case of poikilothermic animals. So effect of growth. When the temperature is slightly increased, the poikilothermic invertebrates indicate an increase in temperature. The seedlings of several plants exhibit the elongation of a hypocotyle. Effect on transpiration in plants. So transpiration is the process of loss of water from the aerial surface of plants. The rate of transpiration increases with increase in atmospheric temperature and vice versa. So here, next, effect on reproduction. Maturation of gonad and gametogenesis need specific temperature which varies from species to species. The animals have different breeding periods and the maturation of gonads occur at different times. All these are due to the effect of temperature. Effect on sex ratio next. The sex ratio in the poikilothermic animal population is determined by temperature. So there is considerable increase in the number of male individuals in the copied macrocyclops, that an orthopod, with the increase in the temperature. So next, effect on morphology. As per Jordan's rule, the fishes living in low temperature water regions tend to have more number of vestibule than their counterparts living in the high temperature water regions. As per the principle of Bargan's rule, the homeothermic animals of colder climates are longer in size than their counterparts found in the hot regions of the globe. As per the Allen's rule, the snout and legs are comparatively smaller in mammals of a cold climates than those in the hot climate regions. So this is about a temperature, and we discussed about light. So these are two main ecological factors. Thank you.